This is a video that I never thought I'd be making. I mean, the Sun Avatar is one of the most widely used towers in BT6. The Obin Ninja Avatar Alchemist combo is as old as the dinosaurs themselves, and it's kinda weird to flaunt around this idea of it being bad. For the sake of time, I'll just skip right to the numbers, check the description for a more detailed explanation, and we'll do comparisons first and talk about the results and conclusions after. Now, the first surprising result was that on logs, the Sun Avatar did 1.1 million pops, but the 230 Robo Monkey did 1.067 million, and the 203 Dark Knight did about 1 million pops. This means that the Sun Avatar was still the strongest among the three, but only won by about 3.4% in comparison to the Robo and 9.8% in comparison to the Dark Knight. Now, the reason why this is weird is because of the tower's costs. The Sun Avatar cost $38,555, which is 50% more than the Robo, but it only did 3.4% more damage. And it's even crazier with the Dark Knight, where it costs 86% more, but it only did about 10% more damage. Now, I calculated one more metric, and that is the cost per 1000 damage, or in other words, how much money are we paying for every 1000 damage done by the tower. So, for example, we're paying $34.9 for every 1000 pops for the Sun Avatar, $24 for the Robo, and $20.6 for the Dark Knight. This makes the Dark Knight the cheapest tower in terms of cost per damage, at about 14% cheaper than the Robo and 41% cheaper than the Sun Avatar. After testing Dark Castle with full monkey knowledge and additional towers, the Sun Avatar still did the most pops, but the battle was very close between the Robo and the Dark Knight, only about 10,000 pops apart. This is important because the Dark Knight costs $5,000 less, but the difference in damage was almost insignificant. So the final battle is going to be between the Dark Knight and the Sun Avatar, and here's how they compare. Looking at the cost per 1000 damage metric, we can see that the Sun Avatar is at $72.7, while the Dark Knight was at $45.9 for 1000 pops. This means that even though the previous difference of almost 41% was narrowed down to about 37%, the Dark Knight is still the best tower in terms of money spent for damage done. Now, this is important because all three of these towers have the same idea behind them. We use them for the mid game, and especially on CHIMPS mode, they are the stepping stone towards the game-winning tower. This doesn't always have to be the case, however, but if we're only comparing the tier 3s without considering further upgrades, then this is what the numbers are. But things are not as bad for the Sun Avatar, and I want to mention that as well. The Sun Avatar, probably contrary to popular belief, is a very good responder to Alchemist buffs. It is the strongest of the three, and its power really shines on rounds like 63, 76, and 78, which it clears with very little help or no help at all on some maps, and it's good versus normal bloons and Moab class bloons as well. Now, with all this being said, I believe that the Dark Knight is the successor to the Sun Avatar meta. The most significant buff was probably in update 20, where its spears got increased from 3 to 5, and after noticing this, I immediately used it in my deflation round 100 guide over a year ago, and also in my updated latest deflation round 100 guide from about 2 months ago. Now, the Sun Avatar is nice, especially if you're planning on upgrading it further, but even the Robo Monkey getting the ability to crit a few updates back, it seemed to have increased the damage output so much that sometimes it might not even be worth getting a Sun Avatar if you're willing to ditch the Knockback upgrade. Now, the Dark Knight on the other hand is cheap. It gets one of the best upgrades the Super Monkeys have, which is the Knockback. It does increased damage to Moab class bloons and does decently well versus DDTs. It can stall and pop ceramics, and it's very useful in the later rounds because of this. Because of its cheap price, you can afford your game winning tower much quicker, but do be careful in some rounds where it needs some support in clearing them. So with that being said, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out some of my other ones, and I'll see you guys in the next one.